Hey y'all, Tracy here. Welcome to Just Dig It Farms. Today is January the 12th, 2023. I am in central Alabama and my last estimated frost date is March the 17th. So right now I'm getting ready to sow seeds for those early season vegetables. If I get my seeds started now early enough for them to be grown up and get them in the ground so that they can grow, produce the harvest before it starts getting too hot. I also have a lot of herbs that I'm going to be starting indoors as well from the Haas Medicinal Herb Seed Collections that we did a collaboration with them on. I'm starting them all in trays indoors because I want to grow them out early. I want to be able to control and have success on my germination rate and get them in my garden early. So over the next several months, I'm going to be working on sowing seeds every Thursday. That's what I've got planned for my farm management plan, is every Thursday afternoon, I'm going to work on sowing seeds. That way I can succession sow, I can sow early enough to get cool season vegetables in, do my summer vegetables, do all my herbs and my flowers. A few of the seeds in the Haas Medicinal Herb Seed Collections require cold stratification. Some seeds actually need cold temperatures before they'll sprout and start germinating. So cold stratification is a process that we can do that mimics those conditions and temperatures that seed needs. It actually tricks it into believing that it's time to come out of the dormant stage and to start sprouting and germinating. The premium collection actually has 3 herbs in it that needs those cold temperatures before it'll start germinating, and that is motherwort, horehound, and hops. And the deluxe collection has 1, and it is echinacea. You can direct sow these seeds in your garden, but they're going to need these cold temperatures that they require before they'll germinate in the garden. Now what I'm doing is I'm starting all of these seeds in trays indoors right now. The key to cold stratifying your seeds before starting them in trays indoors or direct sowing them in the garden is to make sure that you get them going through this process ahead of time before you need to be sowing them in your garden or indoors in your seed trays. Like the echinacea seed, the cold stratification process that's recommended is 2 weeks before the time that you sow the seed. So I actually put my echinacea in the refrigerator last week because it's time to start putting my echinacea seed in trays next week. So you have to make sure you do it ahead of time of when you need to be sowing your seed. Today, I'm going to show you a simple process to cold stratify these seeds. I'm working on my motherwort, my horehound, and my hops today. So it's really a very simple process. You just need a damp paper towel and you need your seeds. I'm going to start with these hops seeds here. When you just get the amount that you need out of here, there's a lot of seeds in here. Hops is a vine. And I'm not going to grow that many. I'm not going to need that many of them. But I'm going to go ahead and do about that many, and that way I can share with some friends. But you just put them on your paper towel, kind of spread them out. Fold your paper towel over so that your seeds are nice and damp. And then I'm going to fold them again just so my seeds don't come out. Then you just put them in a Ziploc bag. Label your Ziploc bag, what it is, today's date, and if you wanted to, you could put on here the date when it's actually going to be ready to plant. Then you just take this Ziploc and you put it in the refrigerator. You leave it in there for the amount of time that it needs to go through the process. Get those cold temperatures. So I'm going to go ahead and get my motherwort and my horehound done and get those in the refrigerator because I want to be able to start those in a couple of weeks. And then I'm going to go get all of my materials together. I'm going to get my grow shelf with my grow lights, my heat mat out, all of my seed starting supplies together, get everything set up, and we're going to start sowing some seeds together. Jean built me this greenhouse 2 years ago, and the first year I used it, it was awesome. Last year I didn't get to use it because right before time for seeds starting, a storm came in and it just ripped the plastic to shreds. So the greenhouse had no plastic on it. It was coming apart. There were some issues with the greenhouse, so I didn't get to use it last year. We didn't want to buy new plastic and put it all on there because I had plans of either us rebuilding a window framed greenhouse, or either buying one. And I have found the perfect greenhouse. I've been on the lookout for a greenhouse for years and years and years, the exact one that I want, that I've been dreaming of. I finally found one that I'm absolutely in love with. I can't afford it right now. It's not in my budget right now, but within the next 2 years, we plan on buying that greenhouse. It's so dreamy. I cannot wait. I'm so excited about it. But I can't go for 2 years without having a greenhouse to start all of these seeds I gotta start. So we made a decision to go ahead and buy some plastic and put on this greenhouse this year. And Jean's gonna get me some electricity out here so that it's functionable and I can use it to start my seeds in. We ordered a really good plastic from Growers Solutions. We used Cog Hill's discount code, and we ordered the plastic from a really reputable company. So it should last us at least 4 years. It's supposed to be a 4-year plastic. So hopefully it will, and we're gonna get that put on this greenhouse. And I don't know, I mean, this is a really nice hoop structured greenhouse that Jean built me out of cattle panels. It's really good. So we may end up actually keeping this and turning it into a citrus house, and then having my new greenhouse that I'm gonna get in the next few years as my greenhouse to start seedlings and stuff in. I don't know, we'll see. That's down in the future. Jean and I are gonna try to start putting this plastic on here tomorrow if we can, if it's not too windy. Today's pretty windy. If it's not too windy, we're gonna get this plastic on here. So my grow strategy is I'm gonna be starting my seeds indoors, inside my house, on my grow shelf with my grow lights and my heat mat. Once the seeds get up to a substantial size, then I'll be bringing them out here to my greenhouse. By that point, we'll have plastic on here. Hopefully I'll have a little heater out here, and they'll be good to go out here. But I want to get them started really good in the house first. So Jean came out here and reinforced all of these shelves for me, and he actually built me a couple of other little tables over here on this side. And I had a wall that went up right here, and that was just like a little divider where I kept supplies and stuff back here. But we decided that that really wasn't necessary, so we took that wall down and made it a lot bigger. So over here I've got some different plants and pots. I've got my mints and some germander and boxwoods I propagated. I've been trying to get them to grow. I moved my bay leaf trees in here with the frost, and when we had this Arctic blast, I just took my winter cloth and covered all of those up. Then over here on this side, these are my beds where I grow my moringa, and he moved these for me, and I've got these set up and ready to plant my moringa in here. So it gave me a lot bigger area. I'm getting all my seed starting supplies together. All of these containers over here are I just recycle. I get them from the nursery when I buy plants, and when I worked at Petals from the Past, I got a lot of things. At this point, everything that I use to start my seeds in is all recycled. It's recycled trays, recycled pots, recycled containers, and I'm great with that. I love recycling materials. So I've got that. Those are all ready. I washed all of those like late fall. I sat out here one day when I was cleaning up the greenhouse, and I washed all of these out. I disinfected them with bleach and water, so they're all clean and ready to start sowing seeds in. I went yesterday and just got some seed starting potting mix from Lowe's just so I could get started with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start all of my seedlings in this seed starter mix, and then when I bump them up, I'm going to bump them up and use this potting mix, and this is the Pro Mix, the Berger Pro Mix. It's a mixture of that, and I've got some Happy Frog in there. So I've got everything out here in the greenhouse ready, except for I've got to get my plastic put on, and Jean's going to run me some electric out here, some power out here At this point, it's probably just going to be a huge extension cord ran out here just to get me a heater going, just to have something for this year to be successful this year. It's in our plan to have electricity ran out here, to have irrigation to the garden. We've got tons of plans that we want to get done, but poor Gene, he's just got so much on him right now. He's working his full-time job. He's building mom and pop's cottage cabin over here on our property for them, so they can get out of that camper and get moved into their house. And there's a million things here to do on the farm, and he's just got so much on him. So I'm trying to keep things as simple and as easy for him as I can. And I told him, let's just run an extension cord out here just to where it's functional and usable. I can get some heat out here, and we'll worry about getting the power ran out here later. Hey y'all, today we're getting the greenhouse ready. We've got to hammer in staples and replace plastic zip ties, and then we're going to be putting on the greenhouse plastic. Exciting.
I'm replacing these plastic zip ties because the UV from the sun, after a year or so, they sometimes even before a year, they'll get dry and brittle and break. And so we've learned that these stainless steel zip ties, this little nifty tool, is amazing. But I'm replacing them, and I call this machine the Capinator because Mark and Phyllis Cap gave us this machine and these zip ties, and I tell you what, this has been a game changer, because once you put these things on here, we use them on our cattle panels and everything, and it's amazing. It just, you stick this joker in here and just make sure that the you know, the sharp point ain't up in the air. It's not up in the air, so that it will rip your plastic when it goes across, but it's there.
I'll put a link in the video description for an Amazon link where you can get some of these stainless steel zip ties and the little Capinator machine. We worked out here last night till after dark, but we pretty much got the greenhouse done. The only thing left to do is these batten straps right here. This just kind of secures it, helps hold the plastic down in case a wind gust or something comes in. This is just helps to secure it. We ran out of this, so we've ordered some more because he's got to put batten strapping like going across the greenhouse. So that's all that's left to do on the greenhouse. We pretty much got it done and it's ready to start seeds. On this side, we're trying something. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but he put a PVC pipe here and we've got the plastic kind of rolled under it. But we've got it to where we can roll this side up so that in the summertime when it's so hot, maybe we could let some airflow in there. Here's the back of it. And this side, I've got my water catchment barrels here, containers here, because this is going to be part of the irrigation system for the potager garden. And then this is the front of it. This greenhouse is about 13 feet wide and 20 feet long. So 13 by 20. And we've got a door on each end here, there, and there. And we've got windows on each end. So we've got that one. And then we've got an upper window there, and they both open. And then if I let this side of plastic up, and then we'll let this side of the plastic up a little bit. Maybe that'll be enough airflow in here during the summertime. That's the plan. Jean built me this greenhouse out of cattle panels, so you can see they're just hooped over, and they are secured with stainless steel zip ties. The shelves and tables are made out of pallets. The greenhouse is ready to start seeds in. We're gonna run an extension cord out here so that I can have a heater and a fan out here. But other than that, we are ready to start seeds. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go subscribe, and you can join us here on YouTube twice a week. We're putting videos up. And you can go over and join us on Instagram and Facebook, where we can better connect with each other daily. God bless you. I will see y'all on the next video.